Now let's talk what others won't be talking about. Listen to us now, this mind's been filled in thoughtful round. We've got to let it out, we've got to let it go. Just wanna let you know.
Welcome to Lesbeopen. I'm your host Tabs, and this is just editing me coming in because I forgot to film an intro when I did this video. So I'm just gonna make this short and sweet. I decided I wanted to remake my intro, my introduction. Y'all gonna see the change in that come eventually. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna pop in my quick PSA, my message. All right, see you in a bit. Hey, hello. It's like 4 something in the morning over here, y'all. But I had a dream, and I woke up, and it was clearly with a purpose. Okay. I just want to share some insight I had, and it sounds so weird, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyways. So I'm not gonna go into specifics about the dream I had, but it did have roaches in it, right? And so I wake up, I start writing my dream, and then I gotta go to the bathroom, relieve myself. And I go to the bathroom, do. I go and I start washing my hands, and I see, I think it's a baby. It kind of look like a roach, it kind of don't, but we've been having this problem lately with these fucking insects in the house, and I think they're baby roaches because they're not full grown, like full-fledged roaches, but I know they're not water bugs. So I'm like, it's either a roach or an insect that looks similar to a roach, right? But to me, it's still a roach. And in that moment, I'm washing my hands, and my first instinct was to kill that. I just want to kill that roach. I'm like, but I didn't want to mess up my house shoes. But then at the same time, I'm like, he getting too close for comfort. But then something told me, stop and observe the roach. So that's what I did. I stopped and I observed the roach. Now, this whole time, I'm just disgusted, right? I'm disgusted while I'm watching this roach because, it's a roach. And, I start watching the roach. He crawling around on the wall, and he makes his way towards the outlet, like the electrical outlet where we plug in phones and stuff, right? And he then proceeds to try to go into one of the is it sockets? Into one of the sockets. And I see him kind of like put his head in there, and then another baby roach comes out, and I'm like, hell, here we go, we got more. Lovely, this way they hiding out. I'm still disgusted, so fucking disgusted. But observant, right? And so this other one comes out, he a little smaller than him. He comes out the hole, he's there, just kind of walking around. And then the main roach, he's still trying to get into the socket, but he can't get all the way in. It's like he can put his head in, but he can't fit his whole body. And he's trying. He comes out, it's like 6 holes in there in total because it's 2 outlets, right? And so the other one goes back in the hole with ease, right? You go back in the hole. And during this process, the little one, like, goes in and comes out a couple times. And then the big one, the main one, he's trying, like, every single socket. Well, every socket and all the holes in the socket. And he's just trying each one to get in there. And I can see his little antennas just flicking around, trying to figure out, like, damn, why can't I fit in this socket? I mean, like, Fulanito over here on the side, it's been in and out the socket. But I can't seem to get into the socket myself. Right? And I'm watching this little roach and observing and kind of just seeing how it's, just trying so hard to get into a space that it does not fit in. And eventually, the roach realizes that it can't fit in any of the holes, and it walks off. It walked off and it starts walking towards the shower. I was like, you know what? And, at first I was disgusted, and don't get me wrong, as I'm talking, I'm still disgusted because I fucking hate roaches. But in that moment, it went from disgust to understanding. because as I saw it scatter off, I'm like, okay, message received. And, I went and got my spoon because I have a little mandarin orange cut back here in the room that I'm finna go take into after. And, as I observed and then I started to reflect on, what that example brought. And I saw exactly, what that was. And that was really just an example of us as people trying to fit in spaces that we no longer fit into, right? The same way this big Roach, I don't even think I'm not sure what I'm calling it. I'm gonna call it it. It don't realize, keep trying to go into this hole, and, he looking at the other little Roach trying to figure out how can he get in the hole, but I can't. Right. And the reason is because the little Roach is just that. It's a younger Roach. He's still smaller than the one. He hasn't evolved and grown as big as the other Roach. The bigger Roach no longer can fit in that small space. He can't crawl in there no more because he's already grown too big. And, as people, we oftentimes do the same thing. We try to go back into situations and fit into situations that we no longer fit in. Maybe we did once before, and we see other people that seem to be able to still be in these environments and fit into these situations, and we think, damn, why can't I do that? I used to be able to do that, and the reason we can't do that is because we've already evolved enough mentally to not be able to conform and fit back into the spaces that we once fit in back when we weren't as evolved. And that's okay. It's kind of like that saying, like, I know y'all heard the grass is green on the other side, or at least when you think the grass is green on the other side and it's really not. When you get to thinking about the past and you start thinking, damn, shit was so much better back then, and you try to go back into that same environment over who knows what's where. And then when you attempt to do that, you sit there and you're like, fuck, I don't fit in here no more. I can no longer put myself back into this same, like, what is the name of that thing that caterpillars go into? Cocoon. I can't go back into the same cocoon that I was once in because I already done became a butterfly. And I think it's just important to sit here and every time, we as people, why am I starting to get emotional? Okay, Tab, get it together. Every time as people, we try to go back to these situations that we no longer can fit ourselves into. We got to look at how far we've come. Look at how far you've grown. You feeling like, damn, things were so much fun before, and now, you got all this alignment and knowing, and just you're so much more wise. And it feels like shit. It feels like shit because you know so much better now, but yet you're stuck with all this pain that you went through. And it's hard to feel like you're in the better. You're doing better now. Because, yes, all the things and you're no longer in these toxic situations and these unhealthy relationships and what's not. But it's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the process. And, honey, you're going to always be much better on a higher rung of the ladder than you will ever be on the lowest ladder. Or on a lower ladder. I'll say that. Every time you go up a rung, you are better. You are higher. I'm not even going to say better. You're higher than you were in the last rung that you were standing on before. All you could see was over here, right? All you could see was over here when you was on the lower ladder. Now you done went up and you can see more. You can see more distance. You could see more of what lays ahead for you. You could see the paths in which you need to take, the ways in which you need to go. Every time you go up a rung, life gets a little lighter and a little less darker. And I'm going to stop with that. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Maybe I'll elaborate on that more later because I'm hungry. But yeah, y'all, that's all I had to say. Hey, so this is just post video tabs popping in to wrap up. And I just want to say, you know what? I think I'm going to insert the video. I just want to say it's funny because not too long. I mean, it has been a while since I filmed this. But I ended up having another encounter with a roach. But this time around, it was a big roach. I think it was Mama Roach. And that was not a fun time. I think I'm going to put that video in there just because it's funny. Because I felt like I was about to cry. I took videos and put them on Instagram because I was so scared. I don't like doing this. I'm not built for this. I just spent like 10 minutes, 10, maybe 15 minutes. It's a roach under this shoe. Going on fucking battle with the fucking roach. Over here. Try to wind down because I almost had a fucking heart attack. Running around the room. Shit's all over the place now. You know what's funny though? What's funny is I got a message after that one too. And I'm going to be a little transparent. So, y'all going to see me talking about this after the video. So, fast forward to, I want to say about a week ago for me currently. So, a week ago. So this is already after I've made that initial video that y'all just listened to. I had a encounter with the big mama roach. I was laying on the bed. And personally, I'm able to I'm able to recognize when I feel myself, falling into like a state of depression. Because it kind of just happens. It's a transition, right? It starts with I start feeling the certain symptoms, and then it's like, okay, like I can feel myself walking on the borderline, and then I end up going down, plummeting. So I felt myself starting to walk on the borderline, and I was laying in bed. I was just laying there. I just got the shower, finished moisturizing, and I was just laying there, just thinking, like, damn. Here we go again. Immediately, big ass fucking roach. Immediately, big ass roach scattered across the room. I'm here freaking out. Throw on some clothes. Da da da. Ah. Over here chasing this goddamn roach. Got the roach spray. Fucking spraying that shit everywhere. This motherfucker did not want to die. Clearly, he was running all over the place. Eventually, I got the roach, and as I screamed and yelped, krakata. I killed the roach. I smacked that bitch with my shoe multiple times. I think it took me a few times. After that, I went. Yeah, now I'm cleaning the whole damn room. Like, going the whole 9 yards, about to sweep. Maramao. Todo se va a limpiar aquí. Putting disinfectant spray por todo lado. It's like 10 something at night. I don't even know. Y'all saw the video. Cleaned the whole house. Cleaned everything. Fucking room. I went the fuck in. Okay. So fast forward. While I'm cleaning, it hits me. Fucking spirit. That was spirit. Spirit did that. That's exactly what just happened there. That was fucking spirit. Why? I'm gonna tell you why that was spirit. Because the moment I felt myself teetering, Spirit said absolutely the fuck no. The only way they knew I was going to get up off that bed and clean that room at like 10 something o'clock at night and then proceed to clean the whole house, because I haven't cleaned in a while. I'm not going to lie. I had not cleaned this goddamn room since I moved in. I haven't been here for a long time, so it's not like a long time, but it's long enough where it's like, damn, where you should have been cleaning this room. Spirit knew the only way, honestly, I was going to get up out of the tottering, place that I was starting to go to was that. That was the only way. Spirit said, we just going to have to scare her ass into... We're going to have to scare her out of going into depression is basically what the fuck that's what happened. That's what happened, y'all. That's what spirit got to do with me. Yep, that's exactly what happened. They said we just gonna force you to do. The only thing that we know that'll give you enough motivation to get moving is that a roach, and that's what spirit did. And I laughed as I cleaned when I thought about that, because I'm like, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Because spirit's right. I would not, I would have been laying in that bed going down deep in my thoughts if I didn't have that roach spontaneously come up and spook the fuck out of me. And I also say that to say that sometimes you really do just need to clean the hell out your room, because that shit really do be affecting your state of mind, girl. I mean, it's of course not only the room, but sometimes that can really help. We all have different levels and different things impacting us. But sometimes it'll be the smallest things that can make a change. And sometimes all we really need is a little push. And so I also just want to give gratitude to, my spirits that watch over me, that try to guide me. And I invite y'all to do the same. I remember I saw this image once. It was like of a man over here kind of like crying because I forgot what he was doing. He was doing something. I don't know if he was like mining. I don't know. He got hit by like like a rock. He got hit by like a rock. That's what happened. So the image was of this man who got hit by a rock. And he was just there like, ow, like, like, damn, why me kind of type shit. And then behind him, you see like this huge picture of, I believe it was like God. It was like God, like hovering over him with like his arms like kind of covering over him, and you see all the rocks. It was a bunch of rocks coming at him, and in that illustration, God had blocked all the rocks from hitting this man. And so, but except for like one stray rock that got through. But the man didn't see all the little rocks that God was covering from him. And so that's what I think about sometimes when it comes to, our guides and, our spirits that watch over us. Who knows what they could be protecting us from, whatever the hell you believe in, whether it's God, spirits, your ancestors, your angels, whatever the hell. We can't see a lot because we're on the physical plane. But hell, who knows the shit that they could be protecting us from. And I say this especially to people that, sometimes you might feel a little bored with life. Or, sometimes it'll be something little or relatively, something that's not like life-threatening, let's say. Something that's not life-threatening and it's affecting your day. Somebody piss you off at the motherfucking, coffee shop. You're at McDonald's, this bitch got an attitude. Whatever. Whatever the case may be. And little do you know, you out here being divinely protected from something worse, from a car that could have crashed into you, from somebody that was going to come and rob you, like rob the store, and you happen to walk out just in time. Like, you never know, is what I'm trying to say. You never fucking know what you could be getting protected from. And I think, sometimes we just forget about that. And every now and then we just got to take that time to sit down and give thanks for the shit that we can't see. And I know it's hard, especially when you're going through certain things, but it's a good thought piece. Maybe not every day, but as much as you can, at least once in a while, But yeah, y'all, that is all. That is it. Come fuck with your girl on the gram. Lesbeopen. I post poetry and I write authentic shit on there too. So yeah, come through. Keep up with me. Shout out to y'all if you listen on the audio platforms, or if you're tuning in on YouTube and you can see my beautiful face, even though I look like I'm over it. But yeah, thank you, and I hope this gets to whoever it needs to get to. But yeah.